Happy, joyous Sunday to everybody tuning in. So, we're going to be discussing how ancestors or gods come to you in human form. So, today's kind of a special day for me, or it just is a special day. 2 years to this exact day, I was working at the airport, late night shift, graveyard shift, and something real magical happened. So at this very time, I was actually a full-on vegan, completely vegan. I was out of vegan food, so I had to buy more, you know. So something crazy happened while I was on lunch break at the airport. something crazy happened. So I'm on break and I'm walking around, roaming around, just walking. It's pretty quiet, it is late night. It's around, 2 in the morning about. I get off at 4 a.m. Anyway, I'm walking around the airport. Suddenly, there's this passenger that comes out of nowhere. It's a Jamaican lady. And by the way, I do have island roots deep in the Caribbean, all over the Caribbean. I can't tell you what specific nationality my family is on my father's side. However, just know that they're all in the West Indies, okay? Anywho, this Jamaican lady comes by. She's like, hey, you look like a real conscious brother, He said, I can just tell. I'm like, how you know? She said, one can just tell, I see the whatever, I'm like, cool. So she comes over, she's like, I got these foods, these organic foods, these healthy foods, that I got from this place, right? And she's like, I'm like, okay. Say you want to see? I'm like, yeah, sure. Said, how much for it? She said, oh, said it's free. So I don't charge. I said, you just look like you could use them. I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, okay. I'm like, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm like, where you from? She said she's from Jamaica. She's going back. So she's about to get on the flight, supposedly. And she gives me these foods, put it in my bag, and I'm like, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I just got a very great energy, great feeling afterwards. I was real appreciative of that. I really appreciated that, and it was just interesting how that happened because I needed that shit. I was focusing on that for a little bit, and then she came out of nowhere with the vegan food. I'm like, God, this shit fucking crazy. I'm like, yo, that's a fucking ancestor. That's gotta be an ancestor, because the way she came out of nowhere and just pointed me out like that, she seen my light. So I was like, wow, and these things happen to people. People have these experiences with spirits coming to them in human form, an ancestor or a god coming to them materialized in human form to give them something that they need, or to hear something that they had to hear, to relay a message, or to give them something that they actually needed, so that was one of my most magical experiences. Even though I've had many, that was one of the most magical that I remember on this very day 2 years ago when I was working at the airport. That was crazy, and I got a great feeling. And she gave me a lot of food. She gave me a lot of fucking food. Let me tell you, she was carrying some food in that bag. She gave me the goddamn shit to put flavor on the food and everything. Like, it wasn't just, here, you get a bag of this and that. No, she had the goddamn, the stuff that you need to make it taste good. She had all of that, So that's just how I knew, like, wow, this is crazy, And sometimes the spirit will come through people to help you as well, by the way. But that right there, from what I saw, that was a spirit manifested in the physical, And sometimes you might even see people, honestly, that look exactly like the ancestor that passed. Like, I seen a woman who looked exactly like my grandmother too at the airport. I didn't say anything to her. She was just walking, but I seen her. This woman looked exactly like my grandmother. Same glasses and everything. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is kind of more earlier on my spiritual journey, but I was still doing some work. So I seen that as well. And this happened after, by the way, this happened like a couple months after that I got that food, that I seen this lady who looked exactly like my grandmother, because it was actually her. So you may see these ancestors you know, all the gods manifested in physical form to help you or relay a message. You know, there's always a reason that you see them. I can't give you a specific method on how you can see them in that way, but just know that if you continue to try and manifest something, that it can happen in that way. Just know that. If you continue to visualize, you know, something that you want, you know, then it can just come to you like that, honestly. So just be aware of that. If you see something like that ever happen, you know, you'd be surprised. Some magical shit taking place now. You know, there's a lot of energies out right now. So honestly, that kind of manifestation is probably more likely to happen now than ever, to be honest with you. You know, because we're in a very, very magical time right now, actually. And like, yeah, man, like these ways to contact ancestors. That's very easy. It's very easy to contact ancestors. As you know, in one of my most recent videos or earlier videos, I was stating how Michael Jackson came to me. You know, sometimes ancestors will just come to you. I'm the type of person where ancestors do just come to me randomly. Like, it's crazy how that happens. Like, they'll come to you, give you all the signs and symbols and everything. You know, either you gonna speak with them or they're gonna communicate through symbols. You know, it's just crazy how it works. You know, so Michael Jackson is someone I've, you know, had, you know, experiences with. You know, Prince as well. You know, those are just some energies that I take on, you know, that are around me, and I really appreciate them because they do help me out a lot as well. You know, they've guided me through some shit, so I appreciate them as well. But you can contact ancestors on your very own, you know, and they're gonna show you some signs and symbols, so pay attention. You know, whether it be numbers, whether it be you online scrolling and they just happen to appear, that's them talking to you. Just keep that in mind. Alright, so yeah, man, just know that crazy shit can happen, and that kind of shit can come into play. That kind of magical shit can happen. Just keep on doing the work, keep on practicing. You know what I'm saying? You have to practice the work. Even if you early on in your stages, you got to keep doing the work. You have to imagine, because the key really is the imagination is very fucking key. I'm trying to tell you. You have to keep on imagining shit, because the more you imagine it, the more it's going to manifest, the more you're going to see it. You know, I actually watched Miss Blue's video on the veil, and all of a sudden, when I was looking at this white piece of paper while she was talking, I seen the goddess Isis come through on the paper with the veil, and I was like, wow, it's crazy. But I've always had that kind of ability to see, you know, things on paper and on walls, floors, things like that. You know, that's just always been me. But again, the imagination is very key into things like that happening, because the imagination is what's going to allow you to manifest, especially the more you focus on it and the more you do imagine. You know, you get deeper into that imagination and things are just going to happen. I'm just telling you that right now. So keep that in mind. But yeah, subscribe now. I do spiritual consultations, because I am a social media marketer, consultant. I do consult people in social media marketing, but I also consult people spiritually, you know, to get them on the right path as well. So feel free, you know, to go on my social media and message me about that. You know, I have all of my information below. And have a great Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Hope you have a great week ahead. And I'll see you again soon. Peace.